Welcome to our Learning Chinese video. Practice listening and speaking with basic vocabulary and phrases to boost your confidence. Let's start.
最近 is most often used to refer to a period of time not far from the present, which could be in the past, present, or even the near future. It usually appears at the beginning of a sentence or before a verb. Examples: 我最近很忙. I've been very busy recently refers to this current period of time. 他最近学会了游泳. He recently learned to swim refers to something learned in the not-too-distant past.
最近怎么样？最近怎么样？
Hello, how have you been recently?
挺好的，谢谢你呢。挺好的，谢谢你呢。
Pretty good, thanks. How about you?
你最近心情怎么样？你最近心情怎么样？
How's your mood recently?
心情很好，很放松。心情很好，很放松。
My mood is very good, very relaxed.
你最近在忙什么？你最近在忙什么？
What have you been busy with recently?
我最近在学习新的语言。我最近在学习新的语言。
I've been learning a new language recently.
你最近忙不忙？你最近忙不忙？
Are you busy or not recently?
不太忙，你呢？不太忙，你呢？
Not too busy, how about you?
你最近有什么计划？你最近有什么计划？
What plans do you have recently?
我最近计划去爬山。我最近计划去爬山。
I recently planned to go mountain climbing.
你最近有什么感想？你最近有什么感想？
What are your thoughts recently?
我最近对生活有了新的理解。我最近对生活有了新的理解。
I recently gained a new understanding of life.
你最近有没有听音乐？你最近有没有听音乐？
Have you listened to music recently?
我最近喜欢听轻音乐。我最近喜欢听轻音乐。
I recently like to listen to light music.
你最近有没有和朋友见面？你最近有没有和朋友见面？
Have you met with friends recently?
我们最近经常一起吃饭。我们最近经常一起吃饭。
We often eat together recently.
你最近有没有学习中文？你最近有没有学习中文？
Have you been learning Chinese recently?
我每天都学习中文。我每天都学习中文。
I learn Chinese every day.
你最近有没有空？你最近有没有空？
Are you free recently?
我最近周末比较有空。我最近周末比较有空。
I'm more free on weekends recently.
你最近有没有运动？ 你最近有没有运动？
Have you exercised recently?
我最近每天都跑步。我最近每天都跑步。
I run every day recently.
你最近有没有看电影？你最近有没有看电影？
Have you watched any movies recently?
看了几部都挺不错的。看了几部都挺不错的。
I watched a few, they were all quite good.
你最近有没有想去的地方？你最近有没有想去的地方？
Any place you want to go recently?
我最近想去博物馆。我最近想去博物馆。
I recently want to go to a museum.
你最近有没有想吃的美食？你最近有没有想吃的美食？
Any delicious food you want to eat recently?
我最近很想吃火锅。我最近很想吃火锅。
I really want to eat hot pot recently.
你最近有没有想家？你最近有没有想家？
Have you been homesick recently?
有点赤，不过很快就回家了。有点赤，不过很快就回家了。
A little, but I'll be home soon.
你最近有没有新的计划？你最近有没有新的计划？
Do you have any new plans recently?
我最近计划开始一个新项目。我最近计划开始一个新项目。
I recently planned to start a new project.
你最近有没有新的目标？你最近有没有新的目标？
Do you have any new goals recently?
我最近想学习画画。我最近想学习画画。
I recently want to learn to draw.
你最近有没有新的爱好？你最近有没有新的爱好？
Do you have any new hobbies recently?
我最近爱上了阅读。我最近爱上了阅读。
I recently fell in love with reading.
你最近身体好吗？你最近身体好吗？
How's your health recently?
很好，谢谢关心。很好，谢谢关心。
Very good, thanks for your concern.
你最近常去哪儿吃饭？你最近常去哪儿吃饭？
Where do you often eat recently?
我最近喜欢去那家新开的餐厅。我最近喜欢去那家新开的餐厅。
I recently like to go to that newly opened restaurant.
你最近想去哪里玩？你最近想去哪里玩？
Where do you want to go recently?
我最近想去海边。我最近想去海边。
I recently want to go to the beach.
最近工作忙吗？最近工作忙吗？
Have you been busy with work recently?
有点忙，但是很充实。有点忙，但是很充实。
A bit busy but very fulfilling.
最近工作进展如何？最近工作进展如何？
How's your work progressing recently?
一切都按计划进行。一切都按计划进行。
Everything is going according to plan.
最近天气怎么样？最近天气怎么样？
How's the weather recently?
最近天气很好，很舒服。最近天气很好，很舒服。
The weather has been great, recently very comfortable.
最近有什么计划吗？最近有什么计划吗？
Do you have any plans recently?
我最近计划去健身。我最近计划去健身。
I plan to go to the gym recently.
最近有什么新鲜事儿吗？最近有什么新鲜事儿吗？
Any new things recently?
没什么特别的，一切照旧。没什么特别的，一切照旧。
Nothing special, everything as usual.
最近有没有什么让你开心的事儿？最近有没有什么让你开心的事儿？
Anything that made you happy recently?
我最近和家人一起度过了愉快的时光。我最近和家人一起度过了愉快的时光。
I recently had a good time with my family.
最近有没有什么让你困扰的事儿？最近有没有什么让你困扰的事儿？
Anything bothering you recently?
没什么，一切都挺好的。没什么，一切都挺好的。
Nothing, everything is pretty good.
最近有没有什么让你期待的事儿？最近有没有什么让你期待的事儿？
Anything you're looking forward to recently?
我最近期待着一个朋友的到来。我最近期待着一个朋友的到来。
I'm looking forward to a friend's arrival recently.
最近有没有什么让你感动的事儿？最近有没有什么让你感动的事儿？
Anything that moved you recently?
我最近看到了一些感人的故事。我最近看到了一些感人的故事。
I recently saw some touching stories.
最近有没有什么好玩的事儿？最近有没有什么好玩的事儿？
Anything fun recently?
我最近参加了一个有趣的活动。我最近参加了一个有趣的活动。
I recently participated in an interesting event.
最近有没有什么好消息？最近有没有什么好消息？
Any good news recently?
我最近找到了一份新工作。我最近找到了一份新工作。
I recently found a new job.
最近有没有什么新的体验？最近有没有什么新的体验？
Any new experiences recently?
我最近尝试了自己做蛋糕。我最近尝试了自己做蛋糕。
I recently tried making a cake myself.
最近有没有让你放松的事儿？最近有没有让你放松的事儿？
Anything that made you relax recently?
我最近在家看了很多电影。我最近在家看了很多电影。
I recently watched a lot of movies at home.
最近有没有遇到有趣的事儿？最近有没有遇到有趣的事儿？
Have you encountered anything interesting recently?
有的，昨天遇到了一个老朋友。有的，昨天遇到了一个老朋友。
Yes, I met an old friend yesterday.
最近你有没有看书？最近你有没有看书？
Have you read any books recently?
我最近在看一本小说。我最近在看一本小说。
I'm reading a novel recently.
最近你有没有看新闻？最近你有没有看新闻？
Have you watched the news recently?
我每天都看新闻，了解时事。我每天都看新闻，了解时事。
I watch the news every day to understand current affairs.
最近你有没有想去的地方？最近你有没有想去的地方？
Any place you want to go recently?
我最近想去看看展览。我最近想去看看展览。
I recently want to go see an exhibition.
最近你有没有新的发现？最近你有没有新的发现？
Any new discoveries recently?
我最近发现了一家很好的咖啡馆。我最近发现了一家很好的咖啡馆。
I recently discovered a very good coffee shop.
最近你有没有遇到困难？最近你有没有遇到困难？
Have you encountered any difficulties recently?
没有，一切都很顺利。没有，一切都很顺利。
No, everything is going smoothly.
最近你有没有整理房间？最近你有没有整理房间？
Have you tidied up your room recently?
我最近把房间收拾得很干净。我最近把房间收拾得很干净。
I recently tidied up my room very clean.
最近你学了什么新技能？最近你学了什么新技能？
What new skills have you learned recently?
我最近学了摄影。我最近学了摄影。
I recently learned photography.
最近你学到了什么？最近你学到了什么？
What have you learned recently?
我最近学了做饭。我最近学了做饭。
I recently learned to cook.
最近你的心情好吗？最近你的心情好吗？
Is your mood good recently?
心情非常好，每天都很开心。心情非常好，每天都很开心。
My mood is very good, happy every day.
最近你的生活节奏怎么样？最近你的生活节奏怎么样？
How's your pace of life recently?
比较慢，很享受。比较慢，很享受。
Relatively slow, very enjoyable.
最近你的学习怎么样？最近你的学习怎么样？
How's your study recently?
学习得很认真，进步很大。学习得很认真，进步很大。
Studying very diligently, making great progress.
最近过得怎么样？最近过得怎么样？
How have things been going recently?
挺顺利的，谢谢。挺顺利的，谢谢。
Quite smoothly, thank you.
最近饮食习惯好吗？最近饮食习惯好吗？
Are your eating habits good recently?
挺健康的，多吃蔬菜。挺健康的，多吃蔬菜。
Quite healthy, eating more vegetables.
最近睡得好吗？最近睡得好吗？
Have you been sleeping well recently?
睡得很好，谢谢。睡得很好，谢谢。
Sleeping very well, thank you.
听说你最近去了旅游。听说你最近去了旅游。
I heard you traveled recently.
是的，玩得很开心。是的，玩得很开心。
Yes, I had a great time.